Have you ever wondered why we are so quick to judge others? It's a question that has probably crossed your mind at some point. The act of judgment, forming immediate opinions about others based on superficial traits or incomplete information, is a human tendency that is as old as civilization itself. We find ourselves doing it all the time. In schools, where we categorize classmates as popular or nerdy based on their appearances or interests. In workplaces, where we often make assumptions about colleagues' skills and abilities from their titles or the way they present themselves. We do it even in social settings, where a person's fashion choices or the company they keep can influence our perceptions of them. This act of judgment is not exclusive to any particular group or society. It's a global phenomenon. It's everywhere, and it's happening all the time. Yet the damage caused by these snap judgments can be far-reaching, as we will explore in our next scene. Picture this: a young man named Tom, who was often judged harshly because of his unconventional appearance and quiet demeanor. Tom was just like any other young man in many ways. He had dreams, ambitions, fears, and insecurities. But what set him apart was his unique style and introverted personality. He didn't fit the mold of what society deemed normal. His hair was a little too long, his clothes a bit too quirky, and his silence, well, a tad too loud. Everywhere he went, he was met with raised eyebrows and whispered comments. His classmates would snicker behind his back, their words laced with judgment. His teachers would sigh in disappointment, their eyes filled with misplaced pity. Even strangers on the street would throw him disapproving glances, their faces etched with prejudice. This constant judgment led to an inevitable isolation. Tom found himself on the fringes, alone and misunderstood. His unique style and introverted personality, instead of being celebrated, became a barrier. It was as if he was on one side of a glass wall, watching the world go by without him. And it wasn't just Tom who missed out. Think of all the potential friendships that were never formed, the connections that were never made. Think of all the stories he had to share, the perspectives he could offer, that were never heard. Think of all the laughter and camaraderie, the shared experiences and mutual understanding that were never realized. The emotional toll on Tom was immense. He was constantly battling feelings of loneliness, rejection, and self-doubt. His confidence took a hit, his self-worth dwindled, and his potential was stifled. It was like he was trapped in a cage, his wings clipped by the harsh judgments of others. The tragedy here is not only in the unfair treatment that Tom received, but also in the lost opportunities for understanding, growth, and connection that were squandered because of snap judgments. The story of Tom isn't unique. It's a tale replayed in countless lives around the world. Judgment breeds division, fuels misunderstandings, and squanders chances for growth. It's easy to judge, but it takes courage to empathize. Empathy bridges gaps, fosters unity, and allows us to see the world from a different perspective. It's a powerful antidote to judgment. Imagine a world where we sought to understand rather than judge. How much richer would our connections be? So, what have we learned today? We've uncovered our innate tendency to judge others, seen how this can lead to negative impacts, and recognized the value of empathy and understanding. Remember, we each have our own stories, our own battles, and our own triumphs. Just like Tom, we all deserve to be seen for who we truly are, not through the lens of quick judgment. Next time you're quick to form an opinion, remember Tom's story and choose understanding over judgment. The world will be a better place for it.